All right, so good morning. No major announcements. We have a guest talk this evening from Ghada Bassioni, who's going to talk about her journey being she's a professor of chemistry in Egypt and what her journey looked like and some of the roles. I think maybe touching a little bit on how she was able to be successful as a woman, getting to this position in a society, Egypt, which is maybe it's a little bit unusual to reach that level of achievement. So that's one. Otherwise, I think we have the normal program that's happening today. Tutorials are on. And yeah, no other announcements from my side. Who else is here? Mustafa, any announcements from your side? Mustafa, anything from your side?
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Can you hear
I
me?
can hear you. Your connection is okay. It's not perfect, but it's okay.
Hello.
It's okay.
Yeah, no major announcements. So just to tell people that I have uploaded a Jupyter notebook file that has more advanced explanation about hyperparameters and model validation. So, there are so many ways of maybe validating your models. So there are some couple of things that they have described there. You can try to go through to exploit. I'm available on Slack, and then anything that you like to chat, we can have a discussion on Slack. So it's there in the weekly folder, week 8. You will find it in week 8. Yeah.
All right. So profiles, everyone, I've received a number of profiles. Please keep sending your profiles in for feedback. It's important. We have the first set of people who are going to be first set of introductions to companies are happening this week. So we've talked a lot about this process. The profiles are an important part of this. CVs are an important part of it. Please do get your profiles ready, and please be ready for this exciting last part of the journey, which may seem stressful, and it is stressful, but it should be stressful in a good way. This is the goal. This is why we're here. We'll go straight into the stand-up. We'll take recommendations. I would love to, Andreas was actually curious about how yesterday went. So if you have any feedback on how yesterday's session was, he wasn't sure if it was aimed at the right level or it was somehow, how useful it was. So if you have any feedback on that session, you can either just mention it briefly in the stand-up or you could type it into Slack. This is the first time we're doing a 2-week-long process, so we didn't have an interim yesterday. We don't have a final this week. Our interim is tomorrow. So also curious about how this different pacing goes. So yeah, let's do our normal stand-up. So first is Wamuyu. Very, very poorly. You sound very far away. I can't hear you, Wamuyu. I don't know if anyone else can. I'm saying just give me a second. Sure. All right. Jeanette? Jeanette, are you there? Okay. Memory?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
So basically, I think I have joined this week, start working on all the challenges. So far, I have not gotten any blockers. I had problem actually getting into the competition, the expression challenge, but I managed yesterday with the help of this one. Otherwise, I'm okay. Yeah.
Okay. What will you be working on today?
Today I want to work on the cargo sales prediction challenge. Yesterday I worked on the windy one, and yeah.
Okay.
That's where I am so far. Yeah.
Okay. Heidi? Is he online? Heidi? A manual type. Okay. I guess his beard is covering up his mouth, makes it hard to speak. Gerald?
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
So for me, this week has been really tough. The weather has really changed over here in Nairobi, so we have our power is not that reliable. So that's why I've been on and off. But so far, I'm good. I've tried both. I've tried two challenges: the one for Kaggle and the one for Zimnat. I'm yet to try the one for the espresso, but I'm working on it. So I think I'll have a submission by tomorrow. But for today, I want to work on more on trying to understand, trying to create more reliable features, because I've realized that there's something, I just have a feeling there's a feature that I'm missing that's highly related to the output. So I think it would really help my model. So that's what I'm working on today.
Okay. Bluework? Morning.
This week I was not an active every tutorial in StandUp. There was not light for the last 2 days, but I am trying to do on the night as far as I can. And today I plan to submit the first journal prediction results and the Kaggle results prediction. And I will see my results, and I'll try to do update my results. This is what I'm thinking.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Emmanuel? Emmanuel? Okay. Emmanuel also wants to type. Wamuyu, are you able to speak now? We still can't hear you. There seems to be, the connection seems very poor. No, it's very, very faint. Okay, we'll come back. Where are we? Claire?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So yesterday I didn't do much because I had an exam in the evening. However, today I'm going to work on improving the performance of my model, the espresso challenge one. I also want to make a couple of submissions on that challenge by the end of today. And then in the evening, I'm planning on working on starting work on the Kaggle challenge. So far, I don't have any blockers. Yeah.
Okay. Abu Bakr? Abu Bakr, are you here? So I'm starting to think it's not a manual type, it's a Nigerian manual type. Seems to be the trend. Emmanuel, Brian?
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. So, yeah, yesterday was kind of busy day for me. Yeah, I worked on the Zindi challenge, and yeah, it went well for me. You know, I'm still now trying to implement different models and compare their performance. And so today, yeah, I'm planning to. I've started working on the Kaggle challenge, and updating my portfolio as well. So yeah, that's the plan for today. So the only blocker over here is just the drastic change in weather. It's so chilly, so cold over here. Yeah, but anyways, all is good.
Thank you, Rahel. Good morning.
Hello, good morning. So this week is going good so far. I have been working on the both Zindi challenge, and this morning I started the Kegel and also going through some materials that was posted yesterday, last night I think. And yeah, it's going good so far. Thank you.
Okay, Elvis.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Yes, so allow me to begin from yesterday's session that we had. It was a good one, and request maybe if we can have another session where we can be exposed more into the subject, so that after there, I guess we will be in a good position to learn by ourselves and get more advanced. Yeah, so also yesterday I was able to give my attention to the two Zindi competitions, and today I plan to work on the Kaggle one and continue being creative on my portfolio. Thank you.
Combo, before you mute, so Andreas was asking, was it understandable? Did it start off at the right level? Was it too much? Was it too fast, too slow? He didn't get a sense of how much information was absorbed. Could you give some feedback on that?
From my side, allow me to speak from my side because I don't know for everyone. It was understandable. It was actually started from a good level. Yeah, I understood more than, and it brought that picture that the subject can be understood if given a good intention. So from my side, it was great.
Okay. All right. He plans to do at least one more session, but I think that sort of feedback is useful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Segun? Okay. So Segun is not the outlier Nigerian male who can actually speak. Ken? Ken? Can you speak? Okay, Ken is not online, so we'll go to Abu Bakr.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So yesterday was good. I had enough time with to see through my profile, and I continued this morning as well. So later in the evening, yesterday, I was able to work on the Kaggle challenge. Although I've not made a submission yet, I'm still trying to create more features around the time series problem. And today I plan to improve the model on the espresso churn challenge and then the Zimnat insurance. And that's it. That's it.
All right. Rofia? Rofia, can you speak? No? Okay, Stephanie?
Hi, good morning, everyone. So yesterday I worked on the Zindi challenge, the espresso one, I made a couple of submissions. I'm planning to work on the Kaggle one today. I've not yet started. I was working on the portfolio. So yeah, so far no blockers.
Okay, thanks. Patrick? Okay. So no one else is this week's going fine. How many people, maybe we can just type, how many people have signed up in groups and how many people are working individually? If you can just give a little bit of feedback on that, how you're doing in terms of the Kaggle challenge, where the opportunity to make groups is there. If anyone else wants to speak who hasn't spoken and who's able to speak, please go ahead. I think we've covered most people. Claire, Brian, yeah, we've covered everyone who's here. Yeah, Elvis, we have that resource listing. Oswald has fallen a bit sick, so he's going to be reaching out. He's going to be leading that process. So he was meant to start on that. I'm not sure if he'll be online today. He fell sick yesterday. He was in the hospital, and so once Oswald comes back online, we're going to be working on that. So our goal is that by the 16th of October, week 12. Then we've taken all the resources that we have in the resources channel, recognizing that as it is right now, it's very hard to find, it's hard to search. We want to build a useful searchable wiki, which we can refer back to, and each of you can refer back to as you go out into the world, and to find a way to keep that updated as well. Gerald, on the neural network tutorial, please go ahead.
Yeah, so for me yesterday on the neural network section, overall the tutorial was nice. But I don't know. I found it it made me understand like things that about neural networks that I've never known. So like I have read about neural networks before, but it was not making sense for me. So yesterday, what happened was that the animations and everything, they were like gluing everything together. So I was able to like understand. So I don't know if somebody who had prior knowledge of neural networks, so I don't know whether that was able to like to make sense for them. So me, I think it was fun. It was really nice, especially the animations. So I really hope in the next session we have animations, but they go somehow slightly in depth. So I think I'd really appreciate that.
So Gerald, you want more animations, or what? Could you tell me more about what you're looking for, or what would be helpful?
What would be helpful is like, you see, yesterday there are those sections like there's some sections. So each section, like let's say the optimizer section. So if we had an animation or some explanation specifically for that, so I think would help understand like really what's going on there. So like yesterday, the animations were like a general overview of how neural networks work. But if you could have like explanations on those specific sections, I think it would make much more sense for me.
So Gerald, could you do me a favor and just type that up to me, and I'll send it to Andreas, because he plans to do another session, and I think this sort of feedback would be helpful. And I'll just cut and paste it and send it directly to him, because I wasn't able to stay for the whole time. I think this would be useful to share.
Okay, no problem.
All right. Okay. So nobody's given feedback on groups. Okay. Yeah, anyone else want to talk about anything? Otherwise, should we, I don't know, should we get back to work? Anyone want to share something? As there's less interaction than usual this week, anyone want to use this opportunity to share something a little bit not necessarily related directly to the challenge? How are people finding this week being a little bit, you can just unmute. So let's consider this the end of the quote unquote formal stand-up. How are people feeling? There's less interaction, less formal tutorials. For this week and for next week, week 10, we plan to go back to the usual sort of setup in a week 11 and 12. it's likely to be a more independent project again. For the portfolio, do you have to shave the beard? Look, portfolio is like, it's like the clothes that you wear. You have to decide how you want to present yourself. So yeah, I mean, in some companies, looking like you don't emerge and see sunlight, you don't see sunlight. That's a good thing to try and share. So it's up to you. At the end, this is your portfolio. It's your job that you're trying to get. For us, we're just trying to support and give you ideas. Heidi is speaking in rhymes, or in, I'm not sure what a man in the kitchen, that's how we're feeling. I don't know how a man is supposed to feel in the kitchen. So Heidi, you can either explain or not explain that. A man can feel good in the kitchen. So anyone else want to share how they're feeling? Abu Bakr?
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling a little bit different this week. The reason is I changed my location. So I was staying with my parents when we started this program. But now I had to attend to another important meeting, another important work. So I had to leave my parents' home, and now I'm living all alone by myself. So I think I understand what Adi meant by a man in the kitchen. So I had to do all the cooking, and still go back to coding and clean the room, do all those stuff. I'm kind of used to my mother doing everything for me, but now I have to do it by myself. So it's not been easy, and then that's influenced the way I interact on Slack and on other groups as well. So that's how I'm feeling this week, and I think it will continue to the end of the program. I think the work will last for 3-4 weeks before I finish it. So that's how we are living now.
Maybe we should let people know that for batch 4 that they should freeze some food before they get started.
Probably. That was...
The life. Oh my God. I'm not. I don't know if I can respond to Hadi's comments. I think some of the ladies in the group should have a chat with Hadi about the ability of males to cook, because it is possible. I don't think men need to sit there and be hungry and just pretend like they just need to eat biscuits while preparing their wedding lists. But that's just my opinion, Hadi. So Rofia is saying that she doesn't know enough about some things. So I'd say, Rofia, I'd just encourage you to use this opportunity. You have a really valuable set of your colleagues are here if you have questions. And I think sometimes even if you don't know which question to ask, and that's often a difficult situation to be in, this is a good chance to even try and figure out how to ask the first question. Because even if you don't know where to start, I think you have people here at all different levels who can even help you understand where to get started. So I would just encourage you to make sure that you don't leave or finish the training and have things that you don't even know how to start approaching the question. I think that's, I would say that's important. Does anyone else want to make a contribution? No? Everyone feeling okay with their profiles and what they need to do and where they need to go? Can I provide any thoughts or wisdom? Yeah, Yevabel's off this week. Yevabel is, I think he's in Italy this week, so he'll be back online from the weekend. So from next week, Yevabel will be back, hopefully with a smile and more relaxed and chilled than usual, which is saying quite a lot because he's often pretty relaxed. There's somehow no, we're missing a big group from Ethiopia. I don't know if the power is off in Addis or seems like, I don't know where Rahel and Muluwerk are based, but I think some of the usual suspects, Nahom, Binyam, are not online.
I think they're probably preparing for the holiday, for the New Year.
Okay, when is the New Year?
On Friday.
On Friday. What does one have to do to prepare?
I'm not preparing, so why don't you ask them when they come, I think.
Okay, and it's 2013?
Yeah, 2013.
Okay. Ghada, we have a request for you, as you joined late. Would you like to give us your update? Okay, Ghada will type. All right, we'll wait for Ghada to type, and then I guess we'll wrap it up. Maybe while we're waiting for Ghada, Combo, where did you get the hat?
Arun, you want to see it?
No, I want to get a hat like that.
Okay, so you can DM me and I will make arrangements for you to get it where you are.
The Gucci cowboy hat. No, but that's why I want to know where you got it from. Because I think I don't know if Little Nas X got it from you or you gave it to him.
This is made locally in Kenya.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is it traditional? So I had shared an article way back at the start about music, and they were talking about how Kenyans liked country music. Is that true? Is country music popular in Kenya, or do many people wear cowboy hats?
Not so much. Not so much. I don't think, but for me, I love it. I'm inclined towards that.
All right. Okay. So Ada's given her update, and she says, "No, we don't wear cowboy hats in Kenya." Well, at least we have one. We have one data point that says at least some Kenyans wear cowboy hats. All right.
I have one more question about the profile.
Yeah, go ahead, Raham.
So does our graduation day affect our portfolio? I mean, we're not sure when. We just hope to graduate by the end of 2020, especially in here. So does it affect our portfolio? I mean,
so what I would put is your expected date is December 2020. And I think it's understood that now it's an unusual situation. So when it comes to it, we'll figure it out. But I think you can put your start date as, let's say, 2016, and your expected date as December 2020.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't give you a good answer because I don't know. As you don't know when you'll finish, but I think it's fine to say expected date, and if there's a question, then you can always just explain with this current COVID situation. Yeah. Week 13, Hadi's asking about week 13. So our current plan is, and it'd be good to get everyone's feedback on this. Our plan was, so we don't want to just stop. We will not continue with the training in the same way. Training is over on the 16th of October. Our current plan was to say, let's get as many people as we can, or whoever's interested online, and let us get busy on Upwork, and those just start to do some real work using the Upwork platform, getting experience, earning some actual money, doing real work as freelancers. And to maybe put together a quick challenge and say, look, what can we learn about using these freelancing platforms? Maybe we try and earn our first $5 doing, I don't know, some data cleaning or whatever work is out there. But to do that together, so people are not just sitting by themselves and unsure of what to do, but rather to use the opportunity to say, let us start earning money on a platform like Upwork. So that's the proposal. But I mean, to be clear, the training is over, and so this would really be, I mean, we can be there to help, we can be there to facilitate in some way, but we'd also be looking to you to let us know if that's something that would be interesting or useful.
Arun?
Yeah?
On the same, what about, internships that will keep someone on toes and give someone him or her experience?
Yeah, so internships, what we are looking for is jobs. We think that the majority of people here are ready for jobs, and so we are looking for jobs. So when you say an internship, what do you have in mind?
Okay. It's just okay. Most of internships they pay, but you are not considered as an employee, just an intern, maybe for 6 months. Yeah. So that's what I mean.
So one of the things that we're going to be starting now is reaching out to each of you to ask you to help us identify companies where there are possible positions. In my experience, the whole internship, so one, internships vary a lot country by country. In some countries, internships are taken as unpaid or very, very poorly paid. In some other places, some companies say, look, it's not worth the time. If we're going to hire an intern, then why don't we hire a full-time person? And it's true that some companies say, look, internships are great. We get somebody, we can try them out, and there's no obligation. So I would say let's take that on a case-by-case basis. We are currently looking for full-time jobs, not for internships. But if somebody ends up finding an internship, that would be, I mean, we'd be happy to support trying to get that and trying to put that together. Do you know of any companies that hire interns, Combo?
No, it was just a question.
Okay.
But I can see Adnan is saying something.
Yeah, there are openings in Google, IBM, and Microsoft. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so this is where we should be, and so maybe I need to hold my next tutorial so that we actually, so there's graduate programs. So there's, the world of work is this whole, there's so many different ways to go. There's no one answer that I can give you. So I would recommend to everybody that we start applying for everything. And this is where it comes back to this 2-year plan. That's another question I can ask. Has anyone started on their 2-year plan? Is there any guidance that I can provide? I said everyone should make their 2-year plan and then did not provide a structure. Has anyone started? Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Has anyone started? So simple question, has anyone started their 2-year plan? And how could I help in helping each of you to prepare your own individual 2-year plan?
Maybe we can reach to you at a personal level.
Yeah, you guys know where to find me on Slack.
Yeah.
Yeah, Heidi's saying the same thing. All right. But so now it gets a little bit more fun or a little bit more complicated as we get out into the real world. So we are now looking for, we're doing our challenges. So that's part of the work. But now I think, at least on my side, and I would hope for each of you, that you start putting at least one eye or one ear or one something towards what happens next. And everyone will have their own journey. We do have some guest talks that'll be coming up. So we have, just to reiterate, we have the one today at 5 o'clock. We have some of our 10 Academy alumni from 2017. We're going to be talking in the next couple of weeks, especially some women, as there was a request for. But what happens next will be an important, everyone should be thinking actively about that. Yeah, so let's wrap up and we'll see you guys on Slack. Thank you, everyone.